So today we're going to be looking at parabola application problems. All right, in the past we've done application problems for also ellipses and hyperbolas, but with remote learning this year, we're going to just focus on parabolas. So here's our question. A satellite dish is shaped like a paraboloid of revolution. Basically just it's a parabola. Signals that emanate from the satellite strike the surface of the dish and reflect to a single point where the receiver is located. So let's just talk about that stuff first. So the red line is your satellite up in space. If you have DirecTV or Dish Network, you have some kind of dish on your house, side, roof, whatever. Okay, and the signals, these little red dots, come down from space. They strike the surface of your dish, and the signals are reflected all back to the focus point where they get taken as a signal down to your TV. Okay, so what we're going to do is, it says the dish is 8 feet across at the opening and 3 feet deep at the center. Where should the receiver be placed? Okay, so some very important information here. We need to know, what are we looking to find? Okay, so the question is, where should the receiver be placed? Okay, so that receiver is your focus point. So we're looking for the focus point. Okay, so how do we find it? We need to do a couple things. We need to find the vertex of our equation and then the focal distance, so the p-value in our equation. Okay, where are we going to find these things? Two places. We're going to find it in the graph. All right, we're going to draw a graph, and we're going to find the focal distance inside the equation of the parabola. All right, now here's the important piece. What should we do to solve this? Okay, well, the first thing you should not do is draw a picture. This is a little bit weird. You should draw a smart picture. Okay, and we'll show you what that means. A smart picture is not that. It is not that. It is not that. It looks more like this. Okay, and the reason why we say this is because we want to put either the vertex of the parabola at the origin, which we'll show you in a second, or you want to put the edges of the parabola on the x-axis. So you can do it actually either one of these two ways. The right side shows the vertex being at the origin, or you can have the edges of the parabola being at the x-axis. Okay, for our purposes right now, we're actually going to show you both just so you can see how either one would work. But I find most students are more successful with the left side where the edges of the parabola are on the x-axis versus the vertex. We'll tell you why in a moment. So let's assume we're going to use this. So now what we're going to do is figure out pieces that go along with our picture. Okay, it says if the dish is 8 feet across the opening, well, the opening is now cut in half by the y-axis. So that means each side is 4 feet. Okay, it also says our parabola is 3 feet deep at the center. So that means it's the height of the parabola is 3. So what we can start to do is put points down for these pieces of our parabola. Okay, we have this point here, so it's on the y-axis, which means the coordinates for that point are 0, 3. All right, we have a point. We're just going to use the one point on the right-hand side of our parabola, and that point is on the x-axis, so it is 4, 0. So we know some information about this. Okay, we know it's a parabola that's going down, so that means the x term is being squared in your equation, and we know the equation is going to be a negative p-value, or negative 4 in the next to the p-value. So we're going to be using this format for our equation. Again, the x is being squared, and it's a negative 4. Okay, so now what we're going to do is put these values into our equation. Okay, our vertex is 0, 3, so that's h, k, and our other point 4, 0 is the x and the y coordinates of a point on the graph. So we're going to put those in for x and y. So it looks like this. Okay. So the first one is that you've put in the h and k. And the second one we're putting in for the x and the y. So the h was 0, so it goes away. The k was negative, or was positive 3, so now it's negative inside the equation. Right, and now the second one, we have the x is 4 and the y is 0. The only thing we don't have is in our equation is what p is. Okay, so we're going to simplify p, or to solve for p. All right, so we have negative 4 times negative 3 gives us negative 12. Then you divide by, sorry, it's positive 12. Then you divide by 12 on both sides, you get p, which is 4/3. Okay, now because of this as a fraction, you can actually put this. I don't usually like fractions, but in this particular instance, I don't like fractions, right? So we're going to leave it as a decimal, okay, because it makes more sense when you're measuring something. Okay, I think I might have said I don't like fractions. I do like fractions, but in this case, we're going to leave it as a decimal because decimals make more sense in these application problems. All right, so that distance is your p-value, and that's where the receiver should be placed. So this is your answer. Okay. Now we're going to do the same problem, but we're going to flip it around so you can see what it's like if the equation is up like this, or sorry, the graph is up like this. And the reason why people don't like this is because they have a harder time figuring out where the numbers go. Okay, it's still the same thing. So 4 is on each side because the graph is divided in half. You have 3 as a height. Now your vertex in this case is at the origin, so it is 0, 0. But the point up there is the problem that people have with this type of problem. Okay, they struggle with like, well, where is that point? It's just up in the air. Well, it's not really just up in the air. It is 4 across and 3 up. Okay. But like I said, people have problems. They struggle with visualizing how far that point is up in the air. So that's why most students have more success with the edges of the parabola on the x-axis. Okay. Otherwise, it works the same way. Your h comma k is the 0 comma 0. Your x and y are the 4 and the 3. Okay. So we still have, now we have this type of equation where the x is still being squared, but this time the 4 is positive. We put 0 and 0 in for the h and k, which means those both go away. And then we put 4 and 3 for x and y. All right, and then you solve for p, you'll still get 4/3, which is still 1.33 feet. So either way you do it, you'd still get the right answer. But again, most students have more success with the graph that's going upside down. All right, let's look at number 2. Okay, so the gate to a national park is in the shape of a parabolic arch. It has a height of 25 feet and a base width of 30 feet. It says find the equation which models the shape using the x-axis to represent the ground. So this is telling us how to draw the picture. Okay, now the picture is an important piece. The picture is a standard on the test. So you need to draw the picture. So there's our xy axis, and here's our parabolic arch. Okay. Now, reading the question, the height says it's 25, so from the x-axis to the top is 25 feet. And the base width is 30, but it's divided into 2 pieces along the y-axis, and it's 15 a side. So now what we can do is we can start putting our points in. So our first point is the vertex. It is 0, 25, because it's on the y-axis, and it goes up 25. And then the other point is the point on the x-axis, which is 15, 0. Now we're going to use again the equation that we had before. So because it's going down, right, the x is squared and the 4 is negative. So you can put our values into the equation. You put 0 and 25 in for h and k. Looks like that. Okay. Then for the x and the y, we're going to put 15 and 0. And now we're just going to simplify. So 15 squared gives you 225, sorry. We're going to multiply -4 times -25 to get 100, and divide by 100 to get our p-value. Now, at this point, something needs to be said about the last question we did. The p-value was your answer. You needed to find that to answer the question. In this case, it says, in very big bold letters, find an equation which models the shape. But we have the p-value now. Now we have to make the equation, okay? So we're going to take our equation that we had up in the second line here, the x squared equals -4 times p times the quantity of y minus 25. And we're going to put that down, and we're going to replace the p-value with 9/4. Okay. Now, you should multiply the -4 times the 9/4. When you do that, the 4's will cancel, and you'll just make this as your answer. Okay. So again, the 4 is going to get canceled out when you're multiplying because the denominator of the fraction is 4. And the numerator of -4 over 1 is also 4, so they can cancel out. Okay, and this would be your final answer. So that is the equation that models the shape. Okay, the second part of this question says, to provide light at night, the gate has a matching lights as shown below. Okay, if the lights are positioned 10 feet from the center of the arch, how high are they? Okay, so this one also causes some problems. Now that 10 is from the from the middle of the parabola to where the light is located horizontally. Okay, so we know what the x value of that point is. What we don't know is the y value. So what is the y value? All right, and this is what gets a lot of students to get screwed up on this question. And the reason is because you don't know the y value. Right? You honestly just don't know what it is. So when you don't know what it is, you just put a variable to hold its place. So we have a point of 10, y. Okay, well that's okay because if you put that point 10, y into your equation for the x and the y, you only have one variable left to solve for because 10 goes in for the x value, and now you're just going to solve for y. Okay, so you multiply -9 times y and -9 times 25, -25, to get you this. And then you solve for y. So we're going to subtract 225 and divide it by 9. You'll end up with 13.89 feet. Okay, and that's how high the light is going to go if the light is 10 feet from the center of the parabola. Okay, so you use the equation and then a piece of information to solve for the last piece. Okay, we've got one more question on this, and then we're done. So here we go. Radio telescope has a parabolic dish with a diameter of 100 meters. The collecting radio signals are reflected to one point, called the focal point, being the focus of the parabola. The focal length is 45 meters. Find the depth of the dish. So there's our picture again. We can start figuring out what our values are. So again, if the whole diameter of the dish is 100 meters, I'm going to divide that into two pieces, so 50 and 50. All right. And the tricky part of this is this time it says the focal length is 45. That does not mean the vertex is 45. Okay, that just means the focal distance is 45. So that's the p-value. That 45 is the p-value. Okay, so now we're looking for what the vertex is. Well, we know part of it. Since it's on the y-axis, we know the h value is 0, but we don't know the k value. Okay. We can also find the other point. The other point on the edge, on the x-axis is 50, 0. But now what we do know is enough to find out our the one variable we're missing, because now we have the p-value before we were solving for the p-value. Now we have the p-value, and what we're going to be doing is solving for k. Again, the equation is the same one we've been using. It's the x squared where it's negative. Okay, we can put 0 in for h, we can put 50 in for x, we can put 0 in for y, we can put 45 in for p. So it's going to look like this, with all the variables filled in except for the k value, the one we're looking for. So if you multiply all this stuff out, you will get 50 squared is 2,500, -4 times 45 is -180. All right, we're still going to multiply that -180 by -k, which gives us positive 180k. We divide both sides by 180, and we're going to get 13.89 feet. Okay, so again, you fill out all the information that you do have. All right, you solve for the remaining variable that you don't know, and that's going to be your answer. Okay, it is very important that you read these questions carefully to figure out what you're given. Okay, perfect example is this question. All the time gets students messed up because they think the 45 meters is the distance from the edge of the parabola to the center of the parabola, which is the vertex of the parabola, which is not the case. That is the focal distance. That's the p-value. Okay, so just be careful when you're reading these. Make sure you draw a good picture because that is, again, part of the standard. And then solve for the missing variable. All right. Good luck with these problems. Talk to you soon.